Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Discussing the Universe.
With Drake.
And Ty. And today, our topic is metric versus imperial, the final battle.
2 units of measurement. Only one can be
One.
the true unit of the world.
I believe that we should move to imperial. The metric system is clearly terrible.
We both agree on this?
Oh, okay.
Wow,
never mind. We should
wait,
move.
No, wait.
We should obviously have it so that it's the metric system.
That's blasphemy. We have to keep to the imperial system of the United States of America and 2 other countries.
Well, I was joking the first time anyway. No, the metric
I'm
system.
You think I'm joking, Ty?
Okay.
You think I'm being funny? I think I'm a funny man who says the funny things?
All right. That's all you've ever been.
No!
No, the metric system is superior. Mostly because it just has more, like, options, you know what I mean? And it's easier to convert things. Because it's just like, hey, 1 mile is this many feet. I think it's like 3,157 or something like that. And I'm like, that conversion sucks. And then you look over at like the metric system, it's like meter, kilometer, and it's like boom, instant like times 100. It's
okay,
easy.
But why is it not called a kilometer?
Oh, so
that's the real question.
Kilos 1,000. I forgot about that.
No, but why is it a kilometer? It's centimeter, meter, kilometer. You see, this whole thing doesn't make sense.
What do you
mean?
The
British people,
they established. Perfect sense.
No, okay, everything's in units of 10 or whatever. Yeah.
It
but
makes it much easier to understand.
The beauty of the length of measurement we call 1 foot. All right, it is a very nice length. Okay, the gap between like centimeters to meters is too large. 1 meter is too large unit of measurement. You can measure small and medium-sized objects with the foot. Like if you're saying like a person, you'd have to say like 1.2. No, it's 2. No, not even 1.7 meters or something. Both feet, you can vary a lot. You don't have to add these little like tiny decimals. It's a bad system. It just doesn't work for science. Sure, yes, it works better. But a lot of people out there aren't scientists. It's like the whole Fahrenheit versus Celsius thing.
As a sciencer myself, I believe that it's totally fine to say that a person is like 1.67 meters tall. That doesn't twinge any nerves, Like sure, it's like it's easy to say they're 5'6", but it's just saying that they're like
5 foot, 4 foot is. It's not like saying 1 meter to 2 meters. That's a large gap.
That is a large gap.
It's too big. Too big.
Yeah, but like you could say like, oh, they're 1 meter 70 centimeters or something.
See, you're laughing. You are laughing, Ty. I found the weak point in your argument.
There is no weak point. I'm correct.
Yeah.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm booing you because you're bad.
Wow. No. In terms of like measurement and like science, yes, it's obviously way
and then
superior.
Don't even get me started on the gap between meter and kilometer.
That's not hard to comprehend though.
Okay, so you see, we here in the United States
feet
of the God-blessed America,
feet to miles,
feet to yards, and then you go to miles.
Oh, okay, yards to miles. Go.
Why do I need to convert it?
I want to know how many miles 4,000 yards is.
Why?
Personal reasons.
Personal reason? Mm-hmm. You don't even know these situations that they teach you in like the Common Core. They never come up unless you're like a freaking. You're either an architect, in which you could still just use feet. You're never gonna have something a kilometer or a mile wide. Or you're a science person who's like, if I do not put 2 cubic centimeters of potassium nucleic acid in.
What is that?
The Earth is going to. It's a made-up thing. I made it up right now.
How dare you?
I made it up. It's a science joke. Okay, you're not science. You wouldn't understand.
I am a scientist.
You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't get it. Okay.
What?
I bet you don't even know what DNA stands for. You
deoxyribonucleic acid.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That might
Just
maybe.
might be what you
It
asked.
might be
Really?
deoxyribonucleic acid. It
What's RNA stand
might.
for?
Isn't it like ribo something
Damn it, he fell
nucleic
for the
acid?
trick. Or no, you caught the trick. No,
I
you would
caught
have been
it.
like,
Yeah.
wait, what does it stand for? And then you'd say something wrong, and
I'd
then
say
I'd be
something.
like,
I'd
ha,
say
you
something funny.
fool.
I'd say something funny like, doesn't it stand for, rhinos? Never
Rhino,
die.
RNA.
Except for the fact that they're being hunted to extinction. That's
Yeah,
besides the
that's a
point.
different topic for a different day.
Hey guys, welcome to Bill Nye the Science Man.
The
Drake
world
Man
is on
here.
freaking fire.
The world's on freaking fire, and the rhinos are dying specifically.
A lot of animals.
You know what would help the rhinos? They
hunting
struggle a
them,
lot
not
using the
hunting them.
metric system. Yeah, they're just like,
Wait.
man, I wish that people used the Imperial system more. I wouldn't be dying if people just used the Imperial system of measurement.
No.
The world operated for so long on Imperial units. Everything. Imagine a world without the metric system. That sounds like a blissful world.
In a way, yes, it does sound very blissful because then we don't need to worry about converting between 2 units of measurement for international studies. But like, you know, it's still the Imperial system.
Ty, do you find Celsius better than Fahrenheit?
I find it just the same as Fahrenheit because honestly, it's just like, okay, that's
Fahrenheit is just better.
Why?
For human life, okay?
Why?
Science is too complicated and stuff. They can do their
Science
own
is too
little dumb
specific
little
for
thing.
your tiny brain to understand.
With Fahrenheit, it runs on like the human brain, okay? It's meant for human beings. 0 for a human being in Fahrenheit is pretty cold. 100 for human beings is pretty hot. It's an easy to read scale. With Celsius, it's like 0 is you're going to die instantly, and like 40 is I don't even know what 40 is. What even is
40 would be like 200 degrees Fahrenheit.
40 in Celsius
40
to Fahrenheit.
It's like what?
It's 104 degrees.
Oh, that's not that bad.
So basically, it runs from.
No, math was totally
and
wrong.
then what's? Yeah, you see, there's too big of a gap.
That's
4.5
degrees.
It's too incomprehensible. Okay, you have to start getting into decimals all the time. You're never gonna use anything above 50 Celsius in your entire life unless you're boiling like uranium.
You don't boil uranium.
You can.
You put 2
I've
sticks.
tried before.
You put 2 sticks of uranium in the same pot of water. It's gonna boil itself.
Yes.
The water uranium.
The uranium boils
the
you.
Uranium boils you. Here in Soviet Russia, uranium boil you.
And I mean, Soviet Russia does have a lot of nuclear bombs.
That wasn't meant to be a freaking political joke.
No, it's not politics. It's just they have a lot of nuclear bombs. It's like saying, "What? You think the U.S. has a large army? Gee, no need to get political here."
Oh my god! I was reading. We just finished Lord of the Flies, chapter 12, discussion in class today. And
how long? Wait. How long have you been reading that book?
We've been going at about like 1 or 2 chapters a week, so maybe like a month.
2 chapters a week?
Yeah,
Why do you spend so long on that book? It's a really good book, but there's no need in taking it slow.
Well, we talk about every chapter in immense detail, and sometimes we've talked about the same chapter like 3 times. Because
you don't.
Yeah.
People analyze books far too much, I feel. There's a certain extent to where like a lot of it was, of course, intentional to the message of the story, if this message was even intentional in itself. Yeah. But at some point you gotta stop and think, was any of what we're talking about right now like intended, or is it just coincidence?
That's why,
because people have been talking about these books for years.
Yeah.
Right? And in order to make something that's able to be talked about for years, how many years do you think it would take to write that? The timeline just doesn't add up unless these people are actual like million IQ geniuses who go off on the fly and just happen to make up things on the spot. Like these connects, and I predict that in 20 chapters, this detail will connect to the future color of the sky.
Well, I believe that. Well, Lord of the Flies in particular, right? It's a commentary on the human experience, and that's why people are able to talk about it for years because humans never change, like we
You're
don't.
right. You're right.
Um, but it also just like talking about Lord of the Flies today, I kept relating one of the main characters to a certain political figure who will be out of power
Mm-hmm.
soon, and
Mm-hmm.
my English teacher's like, while you are correct, Ty, how please are there any other observations? And then of course, like that's not the only observation I made, no, but
Yeah.
I had other things to offer on the table, and yeah, I keep talking with him after class because I find talking in front of the entire class really weird for some reason.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
Like talking to an individual person is sometimes a
it's
lot
a lot
easier than like in
easier.
front of a ton of people.
Yeah, that's why this is what we do. No, but
Wow!
wow, make sure to follow the social medias and
Oh
all
yeah, we
that
never even
jazz.
said that. In the description, there is a Discord. There is the Instagram. There is. I don't really use Twitch that much anymore, but I will probably be using an overwinter break because I have the time now.
Oh yeah, I can stream myself doing things. You want to do a Dead by Daylight stream?
We could. That would be pretty. That would be pretty epic.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Future plan created. Okay, but basically, what I said was, you know, the at the end of the book, please read Lord of the Flies. Skip ahead like 30 seconds. But at the end of the book, there's this kind of moment where one of the main characters, Ralph, he runs into a naval officer on the beach as he is about to die by Jack's hands. And Jack is the little.
It's by like everyone's hands, actually.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
Like literally
but it's
everyone
but
else.
it's under overall Jack's hands, and
yeah.
And I found it to be a little Deus Ex Machina like. Like, why does that make sense? And then we had this discussion on because Jack lit the island on fire, he accidentally brought hope. Yeah, he accidentally brought hope back to the island.
By burning down the entire island, it was much easier to see that there was a big island on fire from a distance.
Yeah. And so I said, wait, is that like a commentary on like if you burn down like society, does that mean that somebody's gonna come save you? And then he was like, not necessarily.
Sometimes.
And that's why I kept saying, like, is it like a Deus Ex Machina moment, though? Like, shouldn't Ralph have died? I don't know. Whatever. Just, I believe that Ralph would have died, and Mr. Bullington, my English teacher, he was like, no, that is not.
It's been way more than 30 seconds, by the way. So
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know, because I want to keep talking about it for like a tiny bit more.
Okay.
I'm sorry, people who haven't read. If you haven't read Lord of the Flies by now, why have you not read Lord of the Flies yet? It's a really good book. I like it a lot. And you know, you don't even have to go in and analyze every detail. Just straight up, just read the book.
Yeah, it's a good book. All right, what would you want to say about
it? You got the fact that at the end of the book, the naval officer, when he sees that like you know what's happening like in the real world outside of the island.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the war. Yeah,
it's a fictional World War III.
Yeah,
that was the intention of the auteur, author.
The author.
And this naval officer's like, what the heck? You guys are so immature and lame.
Oh
and
my god!
They're like,
I was
oh, boo-hoo. And then he looks back at his own warship and he's like, wait a second. Wait a second. We've been doing the exact same thing. Wow.
I don't think it was the adult that like realized it. The naval officer only turned around because he couldn't. He was embarrassed by the boys crying. So that's why he turned around. I don't think he, in that moment, realized that he was doing the same thing. I have the book
right with me.
I also have the book, but like you're talking about
the officer. Page, the last like line of the book is spoilers again. Whatever.
The officer surrounded by these. The officer surrounded by these noises was moved and a little embarrassed. He turned away to give them time to pull themselves together. Waited, allowing his eyes to rest on the trim cruiser in the distance.
So that's what I think it means. He's staring off at his own battleship. He's like looking. The crying children is just the outside world. It's just people fighting each other constantly.
Right.
They're
It's
little
the suffering
baby
of war.
children who's unable to actually deal with their problems, and they just start
Yeah.
killing each other.
Well, I think Ralph realizes that. Ralph is the one that makes the exact same observation that you think that the naval officer made.
Man,
Because
yeah.
he's like, Ralph wept for the end of innocence, the darkness of a man's heart. I think Ralph realizes that he's never going to escape. He's never going to regain the innocence of his childhood back. Like he's going to have to move forward, and he realizes that he's never going to escape the societal scenario that happened on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking earlier about how like people are reading too in between the lines of books, and then here we are talking about.
That's
but I
true.
feel like in that scenario, it's literally like the last line of the book. It's the point of the book. It's the last thing the book is trying to say. So I feel like it's worth talking about there. But like, what is it? It's like freaking. My English teacher was like, "You see, Simon. Is it Simon?
Simon
Yes.
died
I haven't read
3
the book
chapters ago.
It's like Simon is an allegory for Jesus, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
we talked about that too.
Okay,
we talked
yeah,
about
I
how
don't
he's
think
a bit
that's
of a
no,
Jesus
that's
figure.
that does he doesn't even he doesn't he literally just is.
Yeah,
apparently, if you are a nice person and you die, you are Jesus.
You are Jesus. No, I believe he can represent compassion without being Jesus. You know.
Yeah, not everything has to be a biblical allegory.
Not everything is about Jesus. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, people who skipped ahead 30
people
seconds.
Who skipped forward 30 seconds and then got spoiled of the entire ending of the book. I hope you're enjoying it so far.
Yes.
What were we talking about before this?
Metric versus Imperial.
Yeah! I forgot about that part. So, Jack represents the metric system, and Ralph represents the Imperial system. Okay, no, we're straight. Go away from Lord of the Flies. We're putting that. We're bundling it up in a package.
One final thing.
Okay, you say the one last thing.
Yeah, I read chapter 12 to like 13 people yesterday. It just like it was funny because it was just like, all right, I'm gonna hop into a different voice call so I can read Lord of the Flies chapter 12 because I like reading out loud. And then I moved into another one, and like all of them came over and muted themselves, and I was like, "Oh, so this is what we're doing."
No,
it was funny.
That's it. I'm throwing Lord of the Flies off the metaphorical ledge. It's gone.
Do you want to return Lord of the Flies book later
together?
Yeah.
When?
I don't know, like Friday.
Sure.
Maybe Thursday after.
Is Friday is the last day?
So
Friday is the day to return the book, right? That works.
Thursday's better though.
Thursday's probably better.
Because then just after Play Pro, we'll just like. God, I hated saying that. Please curse me.
Is there any unit of measurement above like a mile? Or is that like a
kilomile?
Besides light years. Kilomile. It's 10 miles.
We fused them together.
We have to. What if we make our own system
unit
of measurement that combines imperial and metric into
the true
what's a
crossover
funny word?
Episode? Immetrical.
Immetrical. We're gonna make the immetrical system. Okay, so basically, my solution is you know the foot and the meter. You just take the foot, and that's the meter now.
They're the same thing.
And now you multiply that by about 3 times to get the yard, and the yard is basically a meter, and then it's just metric everything else.
Okay, sure.
That's it. And then everything else. There we go. We've made the perfect system of measurement. Now everyone can be happy in their lives. See how easy this was? See how easy everything is?
We did it. First we solved world peace, then we did Imperial.
We do a lot in this podcast. I feel like not enough people listen to this.
Well, okay. English teacher, he sent us off to do a Lord of the Flies discussion. Into like breakout rooms. Back to Lord of the Flies, obviously. No, but
I threw it off the ledge!
Yeah, well, guess who jumped down the ledge to go get it? It was me. It was a very harsh drop.
Okay.
But
Say your thing.
basically, I read some lines for like context, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Ralph da 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 da, and like the two other people in my breakout room were like, Ty, I didn't read it, but if you did an audiobook, I would have totally listened to the whole thing. Do you have like a podcast? And I'm like, I advertised it on like the
Did you
first
plug
day
the
of school.
podcast?
I plugged it on like the first day of school when Mr.
Everyone's like, I
Bollington.
want to hear more of Ty talking, and
Yeah.
it's like, well, we
Well,
literally have. I feel
I
like
told
people
you.
just eject it from their minds.
Yeah. It's
Maybe it's
fine.
just they don't want me on the podcast. Maybe that's it.
We should do
I don't know.
solo episodes and see which one's more popular.
It's gonna be you because you have the funny voice.
Maybe.
Do people just see you for your voice, Ty? Is
They
that
do.
it?
There's more than
That's a
I'm like
shame.
an onion.
Is it a whole blessing but a curse, or is it just a curse for you, at least?
For me, since this is just how I talk, it's more just normal. I guess you could call it a curse, since every time I hop into a public voice chat or like I'm playing Valorant online with like Drake and other friends, and I speak like oh they're going towards B, and then it's like yo corpse what, and I'm like not really. Also, you're like the 47th person who's done that this week.
Like people, they are technically complimenting.
They are technically complimenting, but when it happens every time, it's like
when it becomes your defining trait, I feel like that's kind of
it takes away from my individuality.
It's like he's not just the funny deep voice guy.
Like I am.
Okay, maybe
but there's more.
But trust me, there's something in there.
Guys, please. Yeah, I'm like Gary Coleman from Avenue Q.
You live on Avenue Q.
Your friends do.
Our school is doing Avenue Q,
which you can watch, and we will plug. Obviously,
like they'll be really weird of like what swear words they're permitted to use. It's very
don't know.
It's an odd selection.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. What a twist!
Not allowed to say porn.
Wow. I wonder why.
This video just got demonetized. Dang it!
We're
making so much money off of this, like so much funding.
We should maybe make a Patreon. I feel like you can't make a Patreon unless you're like already popular, though.
I mean, we could make a Patreon. Well, I'm not expecting a single person to go on it, but we could just have it.
Just have it
there. I feel
like,
I have a Patreon.
Well, I think you need to be actually like 18 to make a Patreon because it's like money and like taxes and stuff. You're right. You need to be a legal adult. So we'll run our Patreon through Sebastian.
Getting money doesn't. I don't think that you have to be like 18 to get money.
I can just log into Patreon and just
people under 18 can have like debit/credit cards. That's true. Stuff. But it wouldn't make sense if they just aren't able to get money. Like it's just like you're not allowed to unless you're 18.
It's under like a parent guardian name though. It's not like their own thing. You know, because like I have a debit card, but it's a child account under my dad's name.
Well, we could still get the Patreon, but just have it like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could just have it like that.
Yeah. All right. Maybe we'll do further discussion.
We will discuss this and the universe at a later date.
With Drake and Ty, make sure to like and sub.
Like and subscribe. Ring.
Did you just drop your headphones? He totally just...
Might have just yanked the entire cord of my earbuds out.
Oh my god.
I don't know how that's going to turn out on the recording. But
it'll be... And then it'll be me laughing for a few seconds, and then you'll come back on.
All right, that's about what I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm so sorry, earbuds. I've done you so poorly.
You need to treat your objects with respect.
My mother was like, "Maybe I'll get you an actual microphone." I'm like, "Sure, epic win." So I don't have to be using this the entire time.
Ow.
See it is pretty funny.
Don't do that. No, it hurts.
I mean, no, it's a funny microphone.
I'm wearing like a freaking not noise suppression, but
enhancement.
Not noise enhancement. It's freaking it's old Bose with freaking what's it called when it blocks out all the other noises in the area and you can only hear what's the audio.
I'm not
Noise
actually
canceling.
sure.
Noise
Oh yes,
canceling. There we go.
where it like
Yeah,
makes white noise,
that
basically.
kinda, yeah. And like I have noise canceling, so I can literally only hear that. Okay.
It's kind of weird because white noise is basically just like, oh, you recorded silence, and then you play back the silence, and bam,
Well,
it's quieter.
white noise can be like breathing and stuff. It's just like the
Yeah.
movement of like air.
Just putting on headphones and just hearing like,
Okay, I don't mean like that. I mean more like a.
I cannot even hear that if
Exactly.
you're doing anything
Exactly.
right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I see.
You can't
I
hear
see.
it, but that's the beauty of it because you can play that instead of having the outside world come in.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. I agree, Ty,
Thank you
completely.
for understanding my
Like,
point.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep.
I'm sure
Uh-huh.
I changed your entire worldview today.
Yeah, exactly. Except for the fact that the Imperial system is still actually we made the perfect system, so there's no need to fight anymore. The entire we solved the entire podcast again. I had to get the canceling the podcast joke in somewhere. So here it is. I'm canceling the podcast.
Oh, wow.
We solved every
You do
problem
this
on
every
Earth.
time.
We do it. We did it, guy. I need to do a compilation video of every time I've canceled the podcast.
You realize that's gonna just be like what, 14 clips?
Yeah, I know. It's just gonna be someone says some sort of thing I disagree with, and me just going like, no, that's it.
Oh
No,
my
we're
God.
canceling the podcast. It's
Save-
no, it's
Save
over.
a bunch of like videos of like you green screened in front of like and just going canceled or something like that.
That's gonna be one of the videos for
well,
the
yeah,
thing in the
right.
future.
I brought that up. I'm totally willing to do more of those, by the way. Just saying.
I should upload the thing that you sent to me just
Just
to
to be
YouTube and
funny.
just be like, hey guys, go use.
Oh,
no one will
God.
use it, by the way. Maybe
God.
our like tiny little friend group will use it, but
Yeah.
imagine you just see some random stranger like
Just
using it, and
some
it blows up to a huge meme.
That'd be neat though, because that's just like, hey, that's me. For context, it's just a video of me in front of a green screen going, "This meme behind me." Classic.
Yeah, that's it. That's the entire
all
clip.
it is. That's the clip. Because I was doing stuff.
What percent of the population is like is a meme? Has been a meme before in their life?
Well, you keep
Someone is
saying
calling
Britain,
me.
so a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's because British people. Who here listening to this is British? I want to know right now.
I don't know.
I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you.
Guest
I'm
star
gonna put you on a
by joining
blacklist.
the
You're
Discord.
blacklisted from the podcast.
Guest star by joining the Discord.
Hey, British people, get in the Discord. Come on here, and we will mock you for 30 minutes.
I'm not gonna mock you. In fact,
I will mock you for 30 minutes.
I will defend you. I will defend
I will mock
you from
both
Drake.
Ty, the British supporter, man.
You do that already.
Some people
the
might call
podcast
this
would be no different.
racism. No, they're just British people.
Oh my
It doesn't count.
Stop.
They talk funny.
They have an accent.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
And they call crisps
talk funny.
chips, but that's not important.
You mean other way around? You said they call. Wait, are you Ty?
You see the
Do you
joke I
think-
did there?
Ty?
You see the
Are
little.
you Are you a British man? A British thing?
Whoa there. Whoa there.
Hold
no,
your
but
horses.
I have British friends, which Drake will now freak
How?
out.
How? No, I know. How? How did you find these British people?
Because I went to Europe a few times, and I've been.
Why have you been to Europe a few times? Why would you even go to Europe?
Well, my auntie lives in Ireland, and God, that accent was terrible. No, but
It was perfect. Don't worry.
Sure, I don't believe that coming from you, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, there was like a family reunion thing going on over there, with my aunt's, I think, husband. I'm not sure.
I have never been outside of the country before.
You will.
The farthest I've gone is Hawaii.
That's
actually, wait, is New York or Hawaii farther away?
Hawaii is farther away. Wait.
Okay,
that's
weird to think about.
Hang on.
Which one is farther away? Is New York City?
I don't
Farther
know.
away than Hawaii from California?
From our exact location right now, I don't know. From like maybe LAX, I'm not sure. But anyway, family reunion thing, and then just like when I was younger, there was like a trip we did just like to travel.
Yeah.
And I went to this awesome salt mine in Salzburg, and they had this giant pool, and you couldn't go in it. It was like just a giant little like mini lake of salt water, and they had this fountain that was pulling up water, and you could take a cup and like drink from the water coming out of the fountain.
Alright,
It was the saltiest ever. It was saltier than the ocean. It was so
Oh, that doesn't
it was so
sound fun.
dense, and like I just puckered when I drank it because I was 8 and a fool. Just
Oh yeah, wait. I was about to say, like, why did you even drink it? Oh, but you were like young child.
yeah, I lacked wisdom.
Maybe
Yeah.
I should get a cup
No.
of salt water and just chug it.
No, I was even like advised, like, Ty, don't drink it. You're not gonna like it. And I'm like, you can't tell me what to do, old man. And then regretted it.
People in the
Listen
description.
to adults.
Should I drink a cup of salt water?
Don't drink a cup
for
of salt
YouTube
water.
content.
Please don't.
I
drink
think
a cup.
it would be
Don't
pretty funny.
it would
I
be
think
funny,
it'd
but
be
don't.
pretty funny.
It is detrimental to your health.
I would be in a. Human suffering is the basis of comedy.
It is the best comedy, but also a detrimental to your health.
Why do humans enjoy laughing at people's suffering?
Because
why do humans laugh in general? Why do we find weird and strange things humorous? Is there a survival advantage
hold
to
up,
that?
you're getting a little off from the topic. Not kidding.
We went off on the topic when we started talking about the symbolism in Lord of the Flies.
Laughing at suffering. Well, the comedy equation is tragedy over time. Because we can think about past events and think about where we are, and then be like, oh, we've grown from that experience. But looking at other people's suffering, I think it's just like an ego thing where it's like, we're in a better position than you are. And I find that humorous.
Because humor is an evolutionary trait, because babies laugh at things. Babies have a sense of humor. So that means they don't learn how to laugh at things. It's just instinct. And what survival advantage does it have? What?
Speaking of babies, that's another podcast topic for another week. Well, no, hold up.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was worried for a second there, Ty.
No, how would I even? Never mind.
I don't. What do you mean? How would you? What you want an instructional lesson, Ty? Are you not aware?
I am. Don't worry, I'm aware. No. Just I was going to be like, how would I even announce something like that?
How would you do that?
I don't know, and I don't really want to.
I don't have such weaknesses.
Shut up. No, not. I was just going to say, babies is a different or how do babies learn so quickly is a topic for a different week.
You're right.
That's what I was going to say.
We are 30
That's
minutes.
What I was going to say.
30 minutes in. We could stop relatively soon.
We could actually, huh? Just a bit of a shorter episode. It is finals week, for those of you who don't know, and we actually should be studying right now.
I mean, honestly, most of my finals that were important and stuff are kind of over.
Dude, I haven't had a single test yet. It's all Wednesday, Thursday.
This year, I haven't had a lot of tests. It's just a lot of assignments, and there's okay, just do it. And for AP Stats,
it's just gonna
Chapter 6 test grade doesn't technically count.
Oh, you got to tell me how that goes tomorrow. Just saying.
Okay, yeah. I will.
Thank you.
I told you that my mom listens to my podcast. She's listening to this now. I know you're doing. I can see. You can't hide.
Miss Marisek. Okay. Or Mrs. Marisek.
She said I don't remember what she said to have you call her, because you said that before, and she was like, you don't have to say that.
Well, Madame Marisek, I don't remember what. All right.
Madame Marisek.
I'm not asking Drake to use the fact that he's using or taking the test day ahead for any answers. I'm simply asking for a difficulty scale.
Also, she brought up, she was like, "You guys get like so off topic." I'm just like, "That's the
That's
point.
the point.
That's
Yeah.
the point." You see, Ty agrees with me. Ty is concurring with me right now.
I concur, young sir.
Do you have any last plugs you want to do? Any last points?
God, AP Stats is hard.
Yeah.
I'm emailing all of the universities I applied to that I'm gonna drop it next semester. That's difficult because they haven't. And one of them I emailed like 2 days ago and they still haven't responded. I'm like, oh okay. Also, my counselor is retiring. And
really? Wait, which counselor?
Miss Masters. She's out, dude. Yeah, she's out like Friday.
I never talk to counselors because I get so anxious when I'm talking to any single person about my future that like I visited a counselor once talking about like some college thing and I was just like,
Oh,
so don't even.
The reason I know Miss Masters is retiring though is or at least remembered was like A, notification, B, math teacher today. She was like, if you want to drop a class, you need to make sure that everybody knows. And if your counselor's Miss Masters, well, she's retiring Friday, so you better get on that. And I'm like, oh God, oh heck. So yeah, I'm not just time. Final point: time is the enemy. Use it while you use it as best you can when you can.
We're all gonna die, baby.
Well, see you next week.